Hello viewers, welcome back to our Taco channel. If you're new here, hi, it's Gracie. If you're not new, hi Marshmallow, welcome back. Okay, so, sorry I haven't made a video for a while. It's been like 3 or 4 days, maybe 5. I don't remember. But anyway, I just couldn't think of a video. But then last night, I'm like, you know what people do sometimes? They make podcasts. I'm like, but then I'm like, what exactly is that? It's basically just talking. So, for like a while, maybe like 30 minutes, and like, or maybe an hour, I don't know. But then they listen to you because you're just like talking about stuff. So I'm like, why not you? It's like having a conversation with somebody, but I'm just talking to myself to like the camera. Just kind of weird. I mean, maybe I could talk to this horse. You think like, hello, horse. Hello, hi. But anyway, I think that horse needs a tie because it looks so much more professional if I put it wearing a tie. It normally sits in a chair, but I have the chair on the camera right now, so yeah, maybe I could do that. But yes, so maybe we'll do that. So that means I have to start talking now. So what should I talk about? Well, I guess I could talk about some like, what should I talk about? I should really probably this out. What was I going to talk about? Oh, I think I remembered stuff I was going to do. Maybe we'll talk about school. How do you all like school? If you're in school, do you like it? Okay. Wait a second. Okay, I was looking through my notebooks, like, from, like, 6th grade, and you know how many stuff you've learned, like, back then, especially, like, in math, that you may have, like, had, like, really hard time with, and, like, they just teach it to you. But then again, you, like, learn it a few more years later, and you're like, oh, it's so easy. And when you look back at your notebooks, they're like, we learned this? Last year we learned about simple interest, but we also learned that back in 6th grade. And I'm like, oh my, we learned about that then and now. And then we also, because we did a lot of this stuff this year, like, if you have, like, a line that's, like, slanted, there's, like, 2, lines, and, like, in alternate interior, alternate exterior, same side interior. Well, there's, like, a few others, but we learned that back in 6th grade, too, and I totally forgot about it, and I probably wasn't that good at it, either. It's kind of weird. I was also looking at my social studies stuff, which I'm not sure if there was something in there. Okay. If I had to rank my classes, I think this year I really like biology. I'm not always okay with science, but I don't know. It was kind of interesting. Like, plus you learned about some stuff that made, like, more sense, like how species don't die out and stuff. But anyway, I'd say probably my first main class would be math. I don't know. It's not like I'm the best at math. I am in, like, a year advanced because, like, when going into 9th grade, if you're normal 9th grade, you go into algebra, but I'm in geometry. But there's some people in my grade that are in advanced algebra or algebra 2. I don't remember which one you get in if you're for that. Next year, I'm going into either advanced algebra or an algebra 2. I can't remember which one it was. But yeah. I mean, math used to be really hard for me back in, like, 4th grade because I remember in 3rd grade we had the test to see if you got into the higher math group. I remember there was this one question I kept getting stuck on. It was, like, super hard. I'm like, oh, will I even get this? Well, then I'm not even sure if I got it right, but I did. And somehow I ended up in, like, the next year. But I was really bad. I remember not knowing anything. And I, like, asked the teacher what, like, questions. I'm like, I don't know how to do this. I wasn't very good at math. 5th grade, I don't think I was really good back then either. There's some stuff I was okay at. I remember back in 4th grade I was terrible at, like, fractions. They made no sense. I get them now. 6th grade, no. 6th grade I didn't remember most stuff. what about 7th grade? 7th grade, I don't really remember math class that much. It was just kind of like blah. 8th grade, I think 8th grade I actually started like doing better. I actually took like at the beginning of the semester, my notes were actually really sloppy, but once I actually started doing them, I was able to look back and make more sense of them, which that helped a lot. And then this year was pretty good. I mean, there's some things I feel so like bad because like we learned it, I was really good at it, but then after a while I forget it. Like we had to go back and do SOHCAHTOA again because we did it at the beginning of the year, but then we had to do it again later on, and I totally forgot about that stuff. I'm like, oh, how could I miss that? But oh, and it was bad. I totally forgot that you could only use the Pythagorean theorem when you have a right triangle, and for like and I started using the Pythagorean theorem on any triangle, and I messed up so much. I felt bad. I just felt stupid that I like. But yeah, so that was probably the best. I really don't like English. I'm never like good with verbs. Like I've never been good at like doing them. Like, and I'm terrible at spelling. Back when you had to take spelling tests, I would all like they had different groups like the blue, green, and orange. Like orange was the worst, and I was always in the orange group. If they were like actually like, they grade them like how they do like when you're older. Like if you get a below like a 55, you fail. I would always fail all of them because I was terrible. And then like grammar and stuff, I'm not very good at that either. Yeah. Plus I really I don't like when they make you do other stuff with reading, like when you have to like write down like what was it? To find aspects of identity, and I wasn't very good at that either. Then what does that leave? English, social studies, math. Oh, social studies. I didn't. Okay, last year I liked social studies. We had like I didn't like the class, but the teacher, he was funny, and like the way he taught, it made like a little bit more sense. And yeah, I really liked that class. I mean, I didn't like when we had to do our we had to write colonial diaries because I wasn't very good at like doing all the research because we had to use a website. It's called Yale, and I don't know, maybe some of you have used it, but I hate that website, and we use it so much. And I feel it just the way that everything's laid out in there, and it's really hard for me to figure out like what I'm trying to find. Teacher's like, oh yeah, it's so easy to find stuff here. I'm like, no, it's not. I can't find anything I'm trying to look for. So that's like, blah. I'm not sure. Social studies back in the like 2nd grade. I don't really remember. I think back then in like no, 2nd grade and like 3rd grade and 4th grade, maybe only had it like half. Like every other day would switch because that's what happened with my sister. I can't remember if that happened with us. But yeah, this year I really did not like it. Most of like all the there's one thing I like, but you make it a board game, but I made it way too complicated and it took so much of my time. So I remember I had like everything laid out and I had to get a bunch of stuff, and I had so many cards because like there was like because you had to have like the social study stuff in there, so I had like import cards, export cards, boat cards, houses cards. I think there might have been more cards, but I had to write out every one and I had to make enough for all of them. And because we went to my grandma's house that I don't remember when did we did it this, but anyway, we went to my grandma's house and like the whole time I was there I was working on the project. But I did get like one of the best, like I did do the best on it like throughout the class, I think. But I think I got downgraded for being too complicated because it was really complicated, and I had like 12 pages of instructions. So, but then when I actually played it, it was like it was too easy. You couldn't really like get out. I was just really afraid if I had too many bad cards that you get out too quickly, but I didn't have enough and you can't really get out because me and my sister played it for like a few hours and none of us like got out yet, and we're just like, okay, we're done with this game. We've been playing it way too long. But yeah. Oh, I have to tell you something. Back in 8th grade, me and my friend, we had gym together, and we found this lip gloss. They're the EOS ones on the floor, and one day we found a pass on the ground for somebody, and so we decided to like put the chapstick on the pass and stick it behind the bleachers up like up there. And you know what's weird? It's still hanging there. It's because we hang that probably like in maybe March, no, maybe April of 2019. So it's been like over a year. And when I went to my sister's concert back in like January, I think, it was still there. And it's just being held with chapstick, which is kind of weird. And we also hanged up another one too, and they're both up there. But every time I like go to her concerts, I make sure it's there. I'm like, yes! I hope it's up there for like ever. But I feel bad if like it actually did get taken out. But once my sister goes on to high school, when am I gonna be able to go there and like see? Oh yeah, look, it's still up there. 'Cause I don't know why else I'd go to middle school. But yeah. What other classes I had this year? I had airbrushing. It was pretty okay. Some of the things are kind of hard because you have to like see how much you have to spray, and I didn't. Because I couldn't see it when they first told us how to like get the airbrush into like the airbrush pump, because there's like the part where you hold and then you have to like push it into the thing, but you also have to turn it on with like the big cans they have. I don't know, there's like air on it, but I didn't know how to open that. I had to like ask the teacher, but I was like afraid to ask the teacher because I felt bad because it was like far along in the school year, because I never had to ask before because they normally had them open like already. But yeah. Oh, though I did like that class because I would like, we didn't like have to do projects all the time, so that gave me a lot of time to read. Oh yeah, I found a good book this year. I'm normally not good at books, but I actually really like this author's books. His name's Neal Shusterman. I read one of his books back in 6th grade. It was Everfound. It was for a project. I was kind of confused at the beginning, but you know, I realized that's not the first book, that's the third book. So no wonder why I was confused. But anyway, I got it. But it was a really enjoyable book. I don't remember much about it. I really want to read it again, but we don't have it at my school. And I've checked the public libraries, they don't have it there. Well, but it was still open. But yeah. And then, but anyway, I decided to, I said anyway. Okay, whatever. But anyway, this year I decided to check out a different one of the books called Unwind, and it's really good. And there's 4 books. Well, no, yeah, 4. There's a 5th one, but that's just kind of like they have little stories about the side characters in there. Which, yeah, but it's really good, and it's a dystopian book. Yeah, I guess I could like give you a little preview. But anyway, they were like, there was a war, the Heartland War in it, and they were basically like fighting over. Hi, Bunny. Okay, but yeah, they were fighting over what was it? Okay, let me just think. Thinking. What to think? Oh yeah, people were arguing if abortions were good or bad, but anyway, they came to a conclusion that you can't get them, but you can decide to unwind your child at the age of 13 through up until the age of 18. And basically unwinding is like you take the stop throwing undies at me. Sorry, that's my sister. But anyway, you would like, I have to sign a form, but they would take the kids. I'm making a YouTube video.
What?
Just a podcast.
Of what?
Just me talking.
You think anybody's gonna watch that?
Okay, but anyway, so they would take the kids to these like places, and they would basically harvest their organs for like to help other people, which it was a good idea in theory, but not really. But anyway, there's 3 characters: Connor, Risa, and Lev. Yeah, I think that's how you say it. But they all come from like different backstories. Connor, he was like he was kind of bad. Risa, she was like, she didn't have a family. So she lived in a state home, which basically is like adoption place. But yeah, they didn't have, and then Lev, which they like have there's like a type of religion where they like, he's a thief, and they like believe that like 10% of everything they have goes to God. So 10% of they had 10 children, so one of them left, went to be like unwind. But yeah, so they all but they're all trying to escape. Well, not left, but yeah. Anyway, that's basically it. But there's 4 books, and it was really good. Now, what other classes did I have? I had choir this year. That was pretty good. We had some cool concerts. I know, I'm talking about school. Yeah, okay. Oh, I started a business and marketing class. People might listen. You never know. Okay, but we did some projects in there. I like that class. My friend was in that class. We worked together pretty well, I'd say so. We made a food truck where we sell grilled cheeses. Gosh, we had to make a fake food truck. But there's so many things we had to do. We had to do business plans and marketing concepts, and it was a whole thing, and it took a long time. Yeah.
What's the first thing you were talking about when I came out?
Oh, that was a book. I was talking about airbrushing. Oh, study hall. That was pretty fun. Got to study. Just do your homework. Actually, you don't have much homework at home then if you take a study hall. Bye-bye. Okay. What? Did I have any other classes? Second semester, wait. No. Yeah. Okay. So that was my... What? No. I'm just talking to myself, Caitlin. I'm talking to the viewers.
You putting it all out here?
What?
You're not cutting any of this?
No. It has to be, like, real.
Oh.
Like, just like, yeah.
I am the best. I am the best. Lexus won't cut this out.
Bunny. Okay, well, maybe we should end this now.
No.
Well, it's getting kind of long.
How long have you been going for?
18 minutes.
Oh, yeah, no one can watch that.
Yeah, so. Okay, that's going to be the end of the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. And, yeah.
Don't tell me to give me a thumbs down. What the heck? Do you always say that?
Just sometimes.
Like it because I'm in it.
Yeah, that's my sister. She's awesome. She's super cool. Okay, yeah, so that's the school edition. So